What is going on, all you spies? It's Ultimate Spy 53 here, and welcome to another episode of Reviewed. This is Reviewed number 73, and today I'm going to be reviewing Passengers, starring Chris Pratt and Jennifer Lawrence. So, what did I think of Passengers? Honestly, it's a beautiful movie. It was truly beautiful. I mean, it had Chris Pratt and Jennifer Lawrence. Chris Pratt played Star-Lord in Guardians of the Galaxy, and Jennifer Lawrence was Katniss in Hunger Games and Mystique in X-Men. So I recognize those actors from quite a lot of things. It came out in December. I think it was the first day of winter that this came out. I never got to see it in theaters, but when I saw the preview, I'm like, wow, this looks amazing. So it's kind of your average space movie, but not really like, you know, space. It's a sciencey movie, so it's science, but it's also really amazing because they go in. It's this really, they have music that is just amazing. They have the interior of the ship is just mind blowing. There's a lot of amazing stuff in this movie. So it's basically, it has to do with these two people, or at least initially one person, Chris Pratt, who plays Jim Preston. He's a mechanic, and he awakens 90 years too soon. They're supposed to be on this. They're supposed to be in this hibernation cycle for like 120 years to get to this new planet. I'm trying to think. It's some new kind of new planet apparently, and basically so far they're 30 years from the planet. I think it's home something. Homestead. I think it's it's Homestead 2. I think wrong. I can't remember very much. I just remember that one just from now. Basically, it initially has Chris Pratt's character. He comes out of hibernation, doesn't realize what's going on. No one's around except this, of course, the bartender, who actually turned out to be an android. In fact, there's a part in the movie where they're trying to, like, it's the kind of the climax of the movie where everything is going wrong, and Jim has to get behind the bar and basically try to stop him from going crazy. Although that's one thing I liked about the movie. Another really good part about the movie was the bartender, Arthur. He's this android bartender guy. He basically says but he does basically make drinks and stuff. The actor is actually, I think it's Michael Sheen plays the character. But also the fact that he's Welsh in real life, but he's actually British. I like the character Arthur. He's really fun. He's so sincere. He doesn't think about anything negative. He's just a great character. That's what I like about the movie, was the fact that Arthur really does a good job at being so nice and positive about, like, you know, things like that. And he's always just like listening, and he doesn't. I mean, he's an android, so he doesn't really, you know, understand everything, but he understands enough that he's willing to help. You know, Jim. Willing to help Jim out with what's going on, and he can't really be helped beyond what he already knows, but just pretty much all he can tell is based off what he knows. And then he starts to figure out how to get into places for like a year. Then of course he studies this woman named Aurora Lane. And she's a writer, so he basically studies her, and that's what's real. I find it really beautiful. I mean, the music is amazing. It feels like it's kind of like this peaceful music, and it's beautiful. I mean, especially when he, you know, goes onto space, it's amazing. But also it was really cool to see Lawrence Fishburne as the chief guy person. I think is someone of them. He's basically the person in charge, not the captain, just the person in charge. And it's played by Lawrence Fishburne plays this guy called Gus. And Lawrence Fishburne is known from, you know, playing, you know, Morpheus in the Matrix and Perry White in the terribly received Batman movie and Horror Man of Steel. But in this movie, he plays like the true person in Harry Potter. But it takes a while for that to happen. Basically, Chris Pratt's character lives on this amazing. I mean, it's this ship, Avalon. It's very futuristic. I know it takes place in the future somewhere. But it's honestly the fact that it was poorly received is such a bad name for it. It scored 31% on Rotten Tomatoes. That's awful. I just don't understand. This is a brilliant movie. It's a beautiful movie. I wouldn't say it's the best movie, but it's definitely something that's worth watching. It's very fun, very emotional, I'd say. I find that the really powerful thing was when he frees Aurora Lane, the writer, because he starts to study up on her, and he longs to meet her, and he basically wakes her up, decides to wake her up, and of course that doesn't turn out too well because eventually she doesn't know him, but they get to know each other over the course of the film. They get to know each other, and then eventually they fall in love. And it isn't until Chris Pratt's character tells Arthur, I woke her, don't tell her, and he eventually tells her, which sucks. I think it's the fact that he malfunctions. So he forgot there was a secret. But basically, it's this big voyage about trying to fit the plot. I love the plot of the movie. The plot of the movie was great. It's a great plot. Very interesting plot. That's why I liked it so much. It had a very interesting plot. But, I mean, especially when I saw the trailer. Because I know a friend who does not like trailers at all. He just thinks it's spoiling everything. But honestly, some movies out there, they don't really spoil the movie for me. But in this particular sense, I think it was a really interesting story. Because the whole they're on this voyage to this new planet, and it's like a 120-year journey in hibernation. And when you're hibernating, you don't realize how many years goes by when you're hibernating, because hours could be decades, quite literally. Like you could be sleeping for hours, and that could be decades in real time. Something like that. But basically, the idea of spending this journey from 30 years, or only 30 years from Earth, you get to this new planet, and you wake up too soon. That's the plot. That's the plot of the movie. I love that was a great plot. I love that the ship itself was very futuristic. It kind of had that Star Trek vibe to it. But it's very sciencey. It's very science oriented. I love the have a lot of holographic stuff, and the food stuff is really amazing. Like the amount of emotion in this movie was great. Like towards the middle of the movie when I think it was when Aurora, the name of the woman Aurora, who Chris Pratt's character falls in love with. Like he says, you're the most beautiful woman I've seen. Which is amazing. That's just like wow. But the emotion when she finds out that he woke her, that's amazing. It's like that emotion. Like she finds that's like, oh my god, you basically committed murder by awakening me. Okay, he had no choice. He just wanted to meet her. But basically that's the idea. And I felt it was a very powerful movie. I felt it was very emotional. I mean, it was emotional. It was also beautiful because there's a couple of scenes where before he meets Aurora, he goes into space, and it's just beautiful. I mean, space in general is already stunning, but like just a movie about space, mainly about space. Kind of like I haven't seen a lot of space movies, besides like Star Trek, but just the idea of the space, and it was amazing. Just seeing the stars was just gorgeous, and then of course later in the movie we see him with Aurora, and he's coming out of it, and he's showing her this amazing place. It's just amazing. And I like the idea of you don't follow the ship, you tether, but it's just some of the technology that they have is really cool. Like a place where you can watch a movie, you can swim, you can also get food. Like a food you can just get whatever you want. I think that's the idea. But also the idea of doing a lot of cool things like playing basketball, but also the idea that you can't go back to sleep. Like he tries everything to get back in, but he can't do it. And I felt this was amazing. Like especially the climax of the movie when they're trying to like fix what's happening, because when Gus wakes up, he realizes what's happening, and like something terrible's happened to the ship. Things are malfunctioning. The robots are the little robot thingies are like getting like falling apart. It gets crazy. But also, it was a beautiful movie. The music, it wasn't so much the acting. I mean, I feel like it was a little bit of a like, basically I described the movie as a sci-fi mixed with a little bit of romance because Chris Pratt's character and Jennifer Lawrence's character, they do end up falling in love. Well, for a while they do. They go on a few dates, but eventually when she finds out that he actually woke her, she suddenly wants nothing to do with him. I also find it interesting that during the production of the movie, I think it was even like before the movie's release, um, it was revealed that because Chris Pratt's actually married to Anna Faris, so he has a wife, that it was really funny how Jennifer Lawrence, like, Chris Pratt was the first married man she'd kissed, which is really funny. I don't think she's actually dating anyone in real life, but I do know that she's very popular. She's a very popular actress, and she's already beautiful. But like, it was really humorous how during the production of the movie you have Jennifer Lawrence going, "Yeah, I kissed Chris Pratt. He's the first married man I kissed." It's crazy. It's funny, but it's also crazy. There's not a lot of funny moments in the movie. It's more like emotional and beautiful and powerful. It kind of shows a lot of like montages of the passing of time. It turns out, oh, he's been there for a year, and it's just like, wow. I find that really amazing about the movie. I like the movie itself. It's an emotional movie. It's beautiful. It has a lot of amazing stuff in it. The cinematography is just mind blowing. It's like, wow, what am I watching? This is amazing. But yeah, overall, I'd say this movie was really well deserved. It deserved more than it got. It was a success, but it also was a failure because it got less than it should have. And I was kind of disappointed by that because I'm like, why did it get so many dislikes? I didn't understand it. But also the fights that because we see how there's not really a lot of sex in it, but we see them naked, but it's nothing more than it's not even that bad. But basically, we don't have a lot of bad stuff. We just have a lot of emotional scenes, beautiful cinematography, amazingness. Just the idea of the movie was amazing. I love the movie itself. It's amazing. I wouldn't say it's the best, but I definitely say it's worth watching. I mean, the design of the ship was even amazing. It was just like the exterior, the interior was just wow. And the story that has to tell is amazing. I love the idea of it. How waking up and finding out these cryopods are he's waking up too early. No one's available. Like the whole ship thinks that like everyone's awake, but it's not. Or like the whole ship thinks he should be awake, but somehow he's not. He's still like sleeping. They think he's still sleeping. He's like, I'm awake now. What's going on? Like, and the bartender was like, oh, well, you shouldn't be awake. It's like, well, I am, so I'm here. So but yeah, no, I thought this was a great movie. Honestly, I thought this was a great movie. I was very impressed by what I saw. It has like kind of the cinematography of a Star Trek movie almost, but not quite. It was a very unique plot. I mean, the Passengers kind of sounds like a horror movie, but it's not. It's a sci-fi romance movie with a beautiful music, beautiful cinematography. The acting was really good. It was very emotional. It was very good, crisp. All of the acting was just amazing, and the emotions that the characters Jim and Aurora use are just amazing. Especially when Aurora finds out what he did, it's just like wow. And of course, having Lawrence Fishburne in there is amazing. And I love the movie overall as having the futuristic stuff they have, like have robots you can control, and Jim creates stuff. He's a mechanic, so he creates stuff. I love the idea of the movie and how they use the future tech to have like all this future tech to have everything. It's amazing. I love the fact that it had all this amazing stuff in it, and the idea of like you can't get back into a cryopod. You can't do it in a pod. He does all this research like a year to like try to get into the quarters or whatever where everything is controlled, but he can't. It's amazing. So overall, I'd say this movie was very good. Not the best movie I've seen, but definitely a good one. It definitely felt like it just should have deserved a lot more. And I definitely see it was very decent. I liked it a lot. So I'd say this movie should get a 8 out of 10. Because it wasn't the best movie I've seen, but it was definitely a beautiful movie. Um, Beautiful music, amazing acting, some fun characters. The idea that the future stuff they had was really really cool. The holographic stuff. I know a lot of people didn't like it, but honestly, I didn't have a problem with it. A lot of emotion, having going from Jeff Lorge's character couldn't stand Chris Pratt's character because he did something horrible to her, to later on in the movie they're like he could die. She starts to trust him. She starts to start to believe in him, and then eventually they I think they get married eventually. I think he gives her a ring. That basically the idea of proposing. But it's big character development, and a lot of emotions. Like she basically cries, um, and you even see Chris Pratt growing a beard during the entire year he's there, or the year before. The whole year he is just alone there. He just has to grow a beard, and then eventually he cuts it. But it's just that amazing time lapse. It's wow. And I guess the only thing negative I can say about this movie, because I couldn't really find a lot, I felt it was weird, not confusing. Well, a little bit confusing, but also weird that that the computer kept thinking that they nobody is supposed to be awake yet. Like they're all in hibernation. It's like it's like I'm awake. Why am I awake? It's like all passengers are in hibernation for it's like, and then there's it's like you still have 90 years until you reach your destination, and then it's like, and then there's a point where Jim basically sends a message to Earth, and it's like this will take it's 15 years or something. I can't remember exactly, or it's a long period of time. So it's like that's how kind of annoyed I was. It's like, really. I mean, if I was him, and that was the thing they did, it's like, why is this doing it? Why is this happening? Like, that they're not being nice. They automatically think. I feel like the computer, because it's programmed the way, because obviously it's a computer system, so it doesn't really understand. So it's like it thinks that everyone's supposed to be in hibernation, but he's not. He's awake, and he's not supposed to be awake. So they don't understand why he's awake. That's part of the movie, was the fact that they're trying to figure out why he woke up. So I guess that's all I can say about negative parts, because there's not a lot of that I didn't like about the movie. I just felt it was the parts that were about be like computer being in control of how Jim, he has no control over the fact that he woke up early. So that's all I can say about the negative parts. So anyway, I think that does it for this review. That's all I can say about the movie overall. I'd say it's brilliant. Watch it if you can. You can't really find it anywhere, but you just buy it or something, just rent it. Highly recommend it. It came out in December, so it's it's like last year. I never got to see it in theater, but when I saw the trailer, I'm like, what is this? This is so cool. I love it. This is really cool. The plot is amazing. But yeah. Anyway, that does it for this review. Thank you so much for watching this episode. If you liked it, please hit the like button. It really, really is appreciated. A lot of support. And also don't forget to comment below what you thought of the movie overall. If you have any different thoughts about it, I'd love to hear them in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Also don't forget to subscribe to Ultimate Gaming, which is my game channel, where I do more of those. I'm doing a new series soon. So look forward to that. And I will be back next time for another episode. Alright? See ya.